Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you guys how to play Kennen in the top lane in Season 11, guys. I found a very interesting guy. This guy is actually a Korean Challenger player. Has about 1022 LP right now. He's a Kennen one trick, and he's literally destroying solo queue right now just with Kennen. Guys, today we're going to be watching this guy, and I'm going to be explaining a lot of stuff about Kennen as well. So with that being said, let's get started. Alright, so the runes that this guy specifically is using, but also the best runes pretty much for Kennen in every game that you play, it's pretty much the same runes every game, which is Summonary with Nimbus Cloak, Absolute Focus with Gathering Storm, Ravenous Hunter with Ghost Poro. Also with attack speed, AD, and armor. As for the starter item with Kennen, I highly recommend to actually take a Doran's Blade in pretty much 95% of all your matchups. Now, as for the skill order that this guy is maxing out in specific, this guy is actually maxing his Q first, then his W, and then his E as last. And finally, for the entire full build of Kennen, I'm going to leave down the entire full build inside of the description below. So don't forget to check that out, guys. And with that being said, let's get over the actual laning phase. Now, a couple things to note about Kennen in general, guys. Depending on the matchup that you are playing against, you have to adapt your playstyle like a huge amount. Because if Kennen is being played into a melee champion that does not really have any kind of dashes, Kennen needs to be played really aggressive. However, if you are playing Kennen against a ranged champion, like such as this one, where Kennen is being played against a Jace, then you might actually want to change your, you might want to adapt your playstyle a little bit. You won't be able to play as aggressive, but you can still do a lots of stuff in this matchup. Now, first of all, Kennen cannot play aggressive against a Jace. Jace actually has like a QE combo, which is honestly, if Kennen tanks that, he's going to lose the entire HP bar. Now, the best thing that Kennen can do in matchups like these is to focus around either having like the freeze on your side of the lane and being able to set up the lane properly for ganks. Or you try to like shove in the wave, you try to like push in the wave every single time. You focus on getting that pressure, and then you try to use that to rotate towards mid. Now in this case specifically, you see that this Kennen is actually like holding the wave around his side of the lane. And as a result, Olaf can walk in and get a free gank off on Kennen. Now guys, this is honestly pretty well played by Kennen, but of course also by Olaf itself. Kennen is constantly like throwing auto attacks into the creeps so that the wave does not get forced down into the turret that quickly, allowing the wave to be kind of like frozen around this side of the lane, guys. Now once again, if you are playing into a melee matchup, it's completely different. You actually mainly want to focus around having the pressure, being able to like consistently like poke under the turret, and so on. Melee matchups are a lot easier for Kennen than the ranged matchups. So yeah, in matchups like these, pretty much the only things that Kennen can do, at least for now, is either hitting the Qs once Jace actually like positioned himself pretty much wrong. For instance, if Jace is currently like standing away from the creeps, Kennen can actually land free Qs, although this Jace is pretty smart. He's constantly like standing behind the creeps so that Kennen does not actually ever land a Q. The only thing that Kennen can do on this stage is just farming up, at least for now, until better opportunities arise up. Olaf is currently playing the game around bot lane, trying to get the dragon. Also walking out bot lane to like gank, so Kennen can't really do much aside from TP now. He's looking down to see if he can TP. Yeah, he's going in. pretty good game, not gonna lie. Anyways, guys, keep in mind that in a matchup like Jayce, you can't really do anything, right? So in matchups like these, like I've mentioned earlier, you want to focus around getting that pressure and having your TP up so you can actually roam down to bot lane, roam down to mid lane, TP like elsewhere to help out your teammates, guys. In this matchup, you're not really going to snowball. Like Kennen against Jayce is pretty much like a farming lane, unless you make it to like the, unless you get your first item and you and Jayce missteps a lot. It's very unlikely. This is pretty much the best way for Kennen to actually like get kills in the early game, simply by TPing. You see, guys, Kennen is now like stronger than ever. He's level 6 now. He just got like a really good TP off on bot lane, so they're winning as well. This leaves Kennen into a really good position. He just pushed down the lane. Now walking through the river to see if he can get like a, if he can pull off like an invade, or maybe even gank mid. Now of course they already know Kennen is walking around river because he pushed really hard, and there probably is vision too. Anyways, for the first item that Kennen has bought, he actually went for the Dark Seal. This is really good if you're looking to like actually snowball the game. If you're playing champions like Kennen, I highly recommend getting a Dark Seal in 99% of your games, guys. It's just gonna allow you to like snowball once you get going. Also, this man also took the Seeker's Armor Guard into the Jayce because, of course, Jayce does a ton of damage. And if he doesn't actually purchase this one, it's going to be really tough. It helps a lot with the laning phase, and he can upgrade later on into the Zhonya's as well. Now he has to get back to like freezing down this wave, at least eventually hoping to like push down the wave into Jayce so he can use that to roam. But until then, like, Olaf is playing around bot lane, so literally the only thing that Kennen can do at this time is just like freezing and farming. There isn't really that much lane interaction in this matchup at all. The only things that both champions can do here is actually like Jayce hitting a Q, while Kennen like throwing his Qs as well. One thing to keep in mind, guys, if Olaf or if your jungler in general is pathing towards top lane, always try to look into like kind of like baiting out your opponent to be in a position where they shouldn't be in, so that you can make the ganks for your jungler a lot easier as well. So for instance, if you are getting a gank, try to like force your opponent to be cornered around the wall so you can't get away. There's currently a fight in the mid jungle. Kennen is not able to move up towards it, so Jayce is roaming to a river, so obviously you want to push down his lane as quickly as you can right here. Jayce tried to like wave clear the entire wave using his combo. He was being transformed, so he had no way to like trade Kennen or even go in at all. This was actually a really good trade by Kennen, since he saw that very clearly. Allowing Jayce to be like 60% health. This allows Kennen to play really aggressive and possibly even get a kill on the way. He's about to catch the Rexxar right here. He has to pressure in top so he can move towards river now. He's using the ultimate. You see, guys, the way how Kennen plays out this matchup while being in a matchup that isn't really Kennen favored. Look at the way how Kennen is constantly like trying to have like a sort of like a roaming kind of playstyle. Constantly like forcing ganks, forcing pressure so he can use that to like roam across the map again, being able to help out his team. So far, like, Kennen has been a lot more useful than Jayce. Jayce has just been pushing the lane, and he hasn't really done anything with that push either. While Kennen is just constantly, like, getting all these catches. This is exactly, like, the kind of playstyle that you want to have if you're playing a champion like Kennen. So against ranged champions, it's kind of like similar to a ranged matchup, except you just don't really get to like poke your opponent as much. You don't really get to train him as much. Kind of like a farming game. So he just bought the Hextech Alternator, and he also got the Blasting Wind. He will eventually upgrade these items into the Hextech Rocket Belt. Once Kennen actually gets the Hextech Rocket Belt, like, Kennen is going to be a pretty strong champion. Once he gets that item, he can 1v1 Jace if he missteps. Now he can push the entire wave again. Jace is backing currently. Takes down the entire wave. Can possibly even take down a plating as well. Takes down even 2 platings at this time. 2. Now he can push out another wave before actually going back. Jace took a pretty long time to actually get his item, but he does have the advantage now. Oh, Jace is going like super, extremely like hard there. As you guys can see, like Jace and Kennen, right? The further you get in the game with Kennen, the more likely you're actually going to be able to 1v1 your opponent, especially a champion like Jace. Because Jace, while he does have like a really strong early game, once Kennen actually gets the first item, Kennen basically like outskills Jace because of the CC and the amount of AP. In my opinion, Kennen is actually a better version of a Jace in terms of like a melee into range, or a range into melee matchup. Kennen has the things that Jace does not have. Anyways, now he can back to base. He can actually afford the Hextech Rocket Belt right now, and it's going to make him really, really strong. He also have 5 stacks on the Darkseer right now. He just bought the Hextech Rocket Belt. He's also going for the Amplifying Tome here. The combo of Jace doesn't really do that much damage. Look at the way. Look at this. Like I've mentioned earlier, guys. Once Kennen actually gets the item, Kennen gets like insane damage. Now I can wave to everything again. Their ball ain't got like a Quadra though. The only concern about Jace is the fact that he's got Eclipse. But that shouldn't be a reason for Kennen to be outscaled at all. If he positions properly, then Jace can do that much with the item. He's already got the turret by himself, guys, at 13 minutes and 50 seconds here. Like, he's literally just 1v2ing these guys. You see, with the amount of CC that Kennen has, you can completely like honor to zero someone with Kennen, even in a 1v2 like tight situation. You kill someone very quickly, you can just turn. And we're just talking about a 1v2 here, not even talking about a team fight. There's gonna be another fight here. Kennen is still around. You see like the kind of playstyle that Kennen has, guys. This is exactly the way how you want to play Kennen here. Now pushing down one wave. He could technically stay for another one. But if he's like, the best thing would be if he just gets that wave and then backs up after. Now I can move on and already get the next item. Oh, he's actually going to stay. Because Alistar's nearby. Once again, using his ultimate, CCing Jace. He can't do anything when Kennen is pressing R. Now I can back to base soon. He can buy the next items to the secondary item. Jace is kind of like overextending for the farm. Kennen is like, the thing is like, if you're playing Kennen and you're kind of like split pushing the side lanes and you are ahead of your opponent, technically as long as you red trinket like everything, there's no wards anywhere at all, you can just sit inside the brush and wait until your opponent walks up and catch him. This is a very, very, very good way on like how to actually split the game, being able to get advantages. People eventually have to place down wards or have to overextend in order to take farm or get anywhere at all, and that's where you step in and then you take them down. Now he just went for the Zhonya's, completing that item now as well. He has the effect on it, so which is going to be very good with his ultimate. Looking now to see if there's a team fight trying to flank them from behind, guys. Kennen is so far ahead in the game right now. He can honestly just start whatever he wants to. The dragon is spawning in about less than 30 seconds. So if they get to push down this wave right now, they can also rotate towards the dragon too. And then take that. Before actually getting to the dragon, Kennen is looking down to see if he can get another catch. This is a very smart way of playing, guys. Once the dragon is alive, people usually try to like sneak in. They try to like see if they can steal the dragon, and the Kennen is just standing there, just in case they might pass. Jace is currently down bot lane. Kennen can literally just pressure this. You want to keep splitting the game when you're playing Kennen, guys. Kennen is not the best split push in the game, but is in this situation, Kennen is perfect for that. The teleport of Kennen is coming back within less than a minute right now. Once it actually gets up, he can just split around the side lanes and completely pressure down that Jace. Not being able to breathe properly here. Jace is simply not able to breathe at all during this game. He can't even farm properly anymore because of the pressure of Kennen. There's a fight in mid and Kennen doesn't even have to go for it. He could technically walk down there. He's walking back to base. His TP is about 10 seconds though, so he can TP. His next item is now the Blighting's Jewel. He will eventually upgrade it. He has to like backport to base because of the enemy team like pushing it. Red team's turret has been destroyed. The best thing for Kennen to do now at this point is basically going back to bot lane, getting a catch on that Jace, which is overextending, and then continue to like, split the side lanes. Gets a very clean kill right there. Now he can get to split bot lane completely all the way to the turret. He's got the TP as well, so he can use that to group up to his team. Keep in mind, guys, don't really ever use your TP for bad things such as like farm. Mainly, you only want to TP to actually like get to your teammates, right? Unless you're in the laning phase, of course, that's a different story, but mainly in the game, guys, you don't want to waste your teleport for farm or anything like that. Always use it to split, being able to like get to your team with a TP. Like you push that out completely, like I mentioned earlier. He can also get back to base now, even get the third item already, guys. He's got 10 stacks on the Darkseer right now. Once he upgrades that later into Magi's, that would be really, really good. Now he gets the Void Staff. This combination of items, guys, Hextech Rocket Belt with Zhonya's with Void Staff. This is an extremely good like core build for Kennen, because it basically provides everything that you need. It provides lots of damage, mobility, but also survivability, which are all three things that you need. They're just grouping around the Baron to see if they can force like an entire team fight. It would still be pretty good though if Kennen was actually going to split bot lane, but the team is now currently grouping up to see if there's a catch. So Kennen has the choice to stay with it. Another team fight shot right here. If Kennen pops the R, it's over for the enemy team. Alright. Kennen still has everything up. He's holding his ultimate so that whenever they like fully engage, he can just turn around. This is why he's not using it. You see? Now he goes back in and takes down the kill immediately. Finishing off the Baron as well. Very clean way to play Kennen, guys. The playstyle that this Kennen player has, this is exactly the way how you want to play Kennen. Using the Rocket Belt to nearly take down the Jace. Sidestep pretty much everything and then gets to be alive walking out there. Now he can back. He's currently worth like 1,000 gold right now, so if he dies, that would be pretty bad. Now I can get the following item. He's getting a Vindis Codex right here. He will eventually be able to upgrade it. He's already pretty close to it. This ultimate is going to be back up in 15 seconds. Instantly takes down the Jace even without the ultimate. The best thing to do in the current situation, like Vayne is currently farming bot lane, the team is currently grouping back to mid. The best thing Kennen can do beyond this point now is to just steal as many jungle camps as possible, farming out mid lane as well, and kind of like resetting everything until the entire team is back alive. Just try to like farm out as much as possible during this time. He can catch the Victor as well. As soon as he gets back to base now, he will be able to buy the next item as well. Instantly getting the next item, which is the Banshee's Fill. Now this is a very, very important item on Kennen, guys, because of the spell shield that it receives, basically allowing Kennen to outlane even easier, while still providing generally like really good stats for Kennen as well. I definitely recommend getting this item, guys, in the late game. Now he doesn't have TP at the moment, so the best thing would be now to stay with the team together until like a team fight pops by staying close to it. Just farming, you want to keep on like farming out the waves, except you just want to stay nearby. You want to ensure that you stay close to your team whatever happens here, because if he splits top lane, he won't be able to group up. He won't be able to like join the fight at all. Using his ultimate onto their ADC, taking it down instantly. Their Victor was topside, so it was basically a 5 against 4. Now they can just continue to push. He will get the mid turret with Vayne. It's better to get the bottom turret first before anything else. Having a turret on the side lanes is always a lot better. But mid lane is fine too. Now the only item left to buy is going to be the Magi. The TP of Kennen is about 75 seconds right now. If he gets the Magi and then goes back to like split pushing bot lane, that would be the best. If the entire team would have eventually like grouped top lane as 4, so that Kennen can actually split bot lane. That'd be pretty good, because the TP is coming back in 60 seconds, and if the team pressures top with the mid and hip being down, that's going to be a free win right there. The enemy team won't be able to stop that, because Kennen is too far ahead currently. He can easily 1v1 Jace on the side lanes. Having 4 people on top, like, the enemy team won't be able to stop that anymore, especially when the mid and hip is taken. Exactly as shown right here, the enemy, like, the team is going to like split top now, together with 4. Kennen's still trying to get a catch, nearly get a catch. Wow, that Victor actually goes down like that. All right. Now I can get to push everything. You see, guys, with Kennen, you can carry so easily if played properly. This champion has so much possibilities. Still has the ultimate after the TP. Hasn't even used it yet. They will be getting another inhibitor now. They will get the turret, the inhibitor. Now, after getting the inhibitor, it's very important to get the dragon afterwards. The dragon is spawning in less than 30 seconds. It would be very good if Kennen actually stays inside one of these brushes right now and waits for their opponents to walk up, so he could get a catch. However, just starting the dragon here is fine too. They won't even be able to compete. They are not even going to be here. You see, guys, Kennen is playing it super clean. He hasn't made a single mistake throughout the entire game, guys. This is exactly like the kind of things that Kennen can do. Basically how you carry. He's completely full build. Has the Magi nearly stacked up as well. There's a fight at the Baron right now, which is pretty bad because Kennen's still not there. It would have been better if they wait at least for Kennen. Kennen could push mid while the enemy team is actually trying to fight for the Baron. Seems like they're giving a free Baron though. The only thing left to do is actually go in bot lane with the entire team fully grouped up. Basically having one guy top, one guy mid, 3 people bot lane because of the Baron buff. That would be the absolute best thing here. They can push this for free. Once the team fight starts, it's for the best if Kennen like hits Archer and like hit all opponents. They're trying to fight Kennen while the team is just finishing. Anyways, guys, this is pretty much how you play Kennen in Season 11, guys. This guy proves it. He just shows like how to actually like win the game super clean without any mistakes. Hopefully I've been able to help out with my explanation a little bit. Anyways, thank you for watching today. If you guys actually want to see challenge games from me, don't forget to check out my stream because I'm streaming like 6 times a week. But anyways, with that being said, thank you for watching and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.